She's working at American National. She was a total B in school, but she's been really nice every time I've seen her since. Our popular girl was co-head cheerleader, homecoming queen, and an honor student, in the top 25 out of a graduating class of about 400. She is now a physician. We had sort of a group of popular girls, and they were all pretty nice, smart people. One works for Snapchat, another works for an international NGO, and is pretty much constantly traveling to developing countries. One's a music teacher, and another one is going to medical school. For a while I had that whole "ugh, everyone in my school is so dumb and shallow, and I'm real and cool" attitude that I think some people tend to get when they're insecure and already really different and need to cope with it in one way or another. But at my 5-year reunion I went to on a whim. I realized that so many people I wrote off in high school because they were popular and I wasn't were really interesting. Nice people. She was voted best looking and married the guy who was voted best looking. That was 34 years ago. Still married, still good looking, and all around good people. She eventually married Robin Williams. Hi Sue, love you and hope you're doing well. Well, she's Emily Ratajkowski, so I guess she's doing pretty well. Edit. To the people asking me what she's like, I honestly have no idea. Even then she was very popular, and I'm sure everybody in the school knew who she was. In contrast, I was super nerdy and introverted. I remember that she was very pretty, and she seemed pretty friendly the 1 or 2 times I said hi to her, but that's the extent of our interaction. Her name is Robert now. That is all. The girl in our school that everyone wanted to go out was also probably one of the smartest people in the school. She consistently won top prizes at science and history fairs and was the president of the student body by a landslide. After high school, not surprisingly, she ended up having, from what I can gather from Facebook, mutual friends, etc., a really fantastic life. She attended a top-tier university on a full scholarship and absolutely loved it there. She graduated with honors and got into her top choice graduate school. There she, at least according to Facebook, met the man of her dreams who happened to be pursuing a graduate degree in the same field as her. Not surprisingly, he is a handsome mother effer. They got married last summer and are expecting their first baby within the next week or so. Her life has been like a fairy tale. Things could not have played out any better for her. She graduated this May and will be going on to conduct research as she pursues a PhD in sociology. Life really is fair, guys. About to graduate med school, still drop dead gorgeous, and recently engaged to a fellow student. Also contacts me semi-regularly to say hi and see what I'm up to and congratulate me on anything important in my life. Bitch. Class of 97. She went to Brown, then Harvard. She got a job at Goldman Sachs. She made it out of the collapse a millionaire. She didn't come to the 10-year reunion, but her Facebook indicates she lives in France, doesn't work anymore, and just takes care of her kids. Her husband seems to be involved with the movie business somehow, it's not clear. Living with the most popular guy and they have 2 kids. Nice people, but stupid but nice. Became a professional model and married an Italian businessman. She met a nice guy and had a kid. They got engaged and then he was shot over a false connection. Tragic really. Isn't that just infuriating and inspiring at the same time? Like, good for them and the world. Go make more attractive good people. But F them. One of the most popular girls at my school got pregnant during our senior year by the guy she'd been dating since the 7th grade. Against all odds she is on her way to becoming a teacher with a 3-year-old daughter and is still with her middle school sweetheart. She and her boyfriend are being charged with the intentional make not alive of an elderly man. There's currently a warrant out for her arrest, but it's been months and they haven't found her. Last I saw, she was panhandling on the street. She was popular in HS, made the front page of the town paper for graduation, super smart in university. During college, she developed schizophrenia. She was in and out of the psych ward a lot. Heard from my mom, who knew her mom. She was an absolute terror all of a sudden, wasn't responding to medication well, and was turning to drugs. She's still trying to get over her ex-boyfriend that was 5 years older than her. She's broke, obtained her associates, and now trying to get into a university's nursing program. Luckily, she has an ugly wealthy boyfriend that can support her while she pursues her education. Source: I'm the ugly wealthy boyfriend. She was a ballerina who posted selfies to FB all the time. They stopped suddenly about a month ago. Now I'm seeing a bunch of RIP posts to her wall. I'm guessing not great. She's still super hot. I saw her at the grocery store last week and she's like 8 months pregnant. Hottest pregnant chick I've ever seen. Lucky guy whoever he is. I wouldn't have pulled out either. Smart man. Lock that S down. This is going to sound like the most anticlimactic humble brag ever, but the most popular girl in my high school was me. I was the cheer captain, homecoming, and prom queen. Voted friendliest, best dressed, and most likely to become a supermodel in the school. I graduated, went to college for a year, and dropped out due to mental health issues, depression, and anxiety. I now work in sales and marketing at a cable company. I live with my boyfriend and that's about it. I'm pretty happy, I guess. I quit wearing makeup or doing my hair fancy every day and deleted all social media. I saw her at a steak and shake a couple years ago. Took me a few minutes to figure out who she was because she looked so familiar. She had gotten super fat, almost beyond recognition, and was yelling at a bunch of kids who turned out to be her own. It was satisfying. She was, and apparently still is, a huge bee. Some might say she grew into a bigger bee. She received a full ride to an Ivy League school, got pregnant the summer between high school and college, had a kid, baby's father, a college senior, left her high and dry. She became a huge druggie. Her subsequent kids got taken away from her. She's been in rehab a few times, and she's now super fat. Sadly, she's done nothing with her life, and she posts about her idiocy drama on Facebook constantly. You're a 34-year-old woman, Megan. Get your S together. I don't know. I don't care. F high school. I went to all boys Catholic high school, no transgender folks, yet so I'll let you know if that happens. The class hottie / popular girl happened to be my bully, so I kept tabs on her via social media after high school. She's the baby mama to 2 little boys from 2 different dads, both dads who have mysteriously vanished. She worked briefly at a donut shop, but quit after a month, and has been on welfare since the first kid was born. She got fat as F, and lives in a dirty trailer, wastes money on drugs, begs her high school friends for money to help her buy her kids clothes, and isn't willing to learn how to drive a car, so she mooches, rides off everyone who knows her. Both of them are continuing to be pretty and popular in college. Not surprising really, that's what they're good at. One's doing chemical engineering, I think the other is in some fine art program. Both have quite attractive boyfriends as well, although I'm 80% sure the engineer one is cheating on her boyfriend with another girl. Well, I went to Catholic school. Don't worry, I'm safely lapsed now, and the prettiest girl in our school went to college, got her degree, worked about 6 months, then got married to some older, accountant looking dude and is currently up to 4 kids and counting. Her entire Facebook feed is pictures of her kids doing various Catholic school type stuff like First Communion, Christmas plays, and anti-abortion letter writing campaigns. Sometimes she's in the pictures too. She looks a little bit haggard on occasion, but she does appear to love her little squad of offspring very much. My high school didn't have a singular most pretty / popular girl, it was a bigger knot of them. We're all in our early 20s, but there's already been a variety of outcomes. Some married, some with babies, party girls who move to a big city and get wrecked every night. A ton of nurses, PSWs, ESON teachers, a couple girls in pre-med, one studying astrophysics. Most are still in their hometowns, a large portion in dead-end or fairly basic jobs. Well, I live in a small town, so everyone knows everyone. But she was a B in high school. When she graduated, she started dating a 40-year-old, got herpes, and now, at 21, she looks like she's in her mid-30s. It's kinda depressing, but you reap what you sow, I suppose. Out of the 3 most popular girls that I knew, one went to Harvard Law and is now a family court judge, one is a fertility doctor, and the third is a successful actress. It turns out popular people are popular for a reason. and the personality traits that foster teenage popularity also foster success later in life. The concept of the popular people being losers later is really just a fantasy of the people lacking or unwilling to adopt those traits. Well, after she got fat from those protein bars, she seemed to have a change of heart, lost some weight, and became prom queen, even with her stupid neck brace. But I still think she stayed the same B as before. Fu, Regina. She got married, had 2 kids and works as a chaplain at a state/public school. There was a whole group of them, around 6, and the story is almost always the same for all of them. Got married young, had a couple of kids, now work part or full time doing something vaguely uninteresting. I went to a badass insane Brethren high school though. I was friendly with one of the most popular pretty girls in my high school, but at the time I was what you might call a diamond in the rough and light years away from being able to ask her out. So, I was crushing on her in silence. 15 years later, I'm at a restaurant, one of those places with communal seating, and she sits down next to me. We have a great chat. By that point I'd fixed myself up inside and out, and felt entirely confident in getting her contact info, so we could catch up again and see where it went. But I couldn't, because I was with my girlfriend at the time. That particular relationship was wrapping itself up, and I'm still kicking myself for not getting the PG's contact info. Efforts to find her on social media have failed, which might mean that she's gotten married since then. So, it almost could he become the shy guy in high school gets the girl of his dreams 15 years later story. But for my hesitation, and I'll always wonder, don't hesitate. You may not get another chance. 8 years out of high school here. She went to a tip-top school in the state and has been working in the medical field for a little while now. She recently married a professional athlete. She's also still insanely beautiful, has a fantastic figure, and is always dressed to the nines. It doesn't matter much, because home Gerald rocks scrubs anyway. We weren't even really friends, friendly acquaintances, but I know she deserved every single bit of what she has today. I'm proud of her.